Feelings about Mr. Nixon have changed slowly over the years. Many people felt betrayed when the president resigned over Watergate. But through the years, many have come to admire his resilience. In a controversial move, one New York TV executive even decided to put a Nixon-like character into a children's show. It's a move that reflects the former president's evolving image. News 4's Lou Young reports.
Memories can be harsh, but in some they soften with time. He left the White House in disgrace. How many of us who were alive remember what we felt the day Richard Nixon resigned?
Partly shock, disbelief, and relief, and I'm glad that the country could move on after that.
I was disappointed and somewhat sorry that a great president that was elected by the people should be forced to resign out of his office.
I was glad to see him go. It was destroying the country.
But Rick Siggelkow's opinion of Richard Nixon softened over time, so much so that only last year he introduced a Nixon-like character into a popular children's TV series he produces to teach kids about politics. Mr. Richhouse, played by actor Richard Dixon, was conceived out of affection for a man who simply would not give up.
My fellow shining timers.
There was a pathos to Richard Nixon, and I think that we felt it as producers. I think that a lot of the people in the public felt it. That here was a man who had been disgraced in office, in high office, had fallen from such a high place, and yet found a way to continue to contribute. And whatever one may say about Richard Nixon, he was driven to contribute in his own way to society.
Nixon came back from defeat and from problems of his own making, great yet so obviously flawed. In the show, Shining Time Station, which aired most recently this morning on WNET on this National Day of Mourning, the thinly veiled Richard Nixon character loses an election by one vote and prepares to leave. And the children ask him why he goes on. The scriptwriter gives him a lesson in perseverance to teach.
Some people might say, Richhouse, you just got here. They'll call me a quitter. Well, I'm not a quitter. I'm just moving on to a new town, to a new election.
I think he was a great man. I think he was a flawed man, like a lot of us.
Memories can be harsh, but in some they soften with time. Lou Young, News 4 New York.